Hi guys, Alex Peak Performance Reviews. Welcome to another vlog and welcome to another video with the FK8 new facelifted edition. You can tell by the front there, FK8, and yeah, just like I say, getting the FK8 back on the channel, but also because obviously we're continuing the modifying of this car basically. As I said before, if you haven't seen it, I'll ping it up in the top right hand corner of the video now, so you can look at that. Previous videos we've done kind of 0 to 60 times, 100 to 200, 30 to 130s, and going forward we're going to basically continue to do that as we put mods on bit by bit. We've put the K&N induction kit on. Definitely sounds a little bit nicer, nothing much, but obviously we understand that these do pick up about 9 horsepower and around 9 to 10 foot-pound of torque as well from that simple K&N panel filter. Links in the bio, the best place to get it. Free delivery as well. Like I say, look in the bio, you get that. Yeah, super, best, like one of the best mods you can do. This side of it, Venturi intake system, which I do want, but I just don't want to spend quite that money. It is worth it, and it is a route I think we're going to take at some point. But at the moment, yeah, that's a great pound per brake horsepower, if you will, way of doing things. But the other little trick of the trade for not spending too much money is this PRL intake pipe, which you'll see from the title. So yeah, PRL intake pipe. It's a smooth intake pipe, nice transition where it doesn't go from a concertina effect, where basically the undulations of the concertina part cause turbulence. I think because of that, this is where you you make the power band and the RPM through the RPM on a graph. You'll see it a lot smoother on the brake horsepower and torque. So it's a very well worth mod, and it works very, very well. It's been proven to work very, very well with the K&N panel filter as well. So you, although it doesn't pick up that much more power, 1 or 2 extra horsepower, 1 or 2 extra foot-pounds, the correlation on a graph is much, much better. So it should make some quantifiable difference. This time of year it's hard for us to test. That's why in this video I'm not going to test it. I've got to wait probably a couple of weeks before this cold snap passes, and this has proven to definitely put the power down better than the old generation, so the non-facelifted one. So I'm confident if we can get the temperatures back up to at least 9 degrees or so, 8-9 degrees, we should be able to get some good draggy times for you as well. So it'll be interesting to see the combination of the K&N and the PRL and what it's actually doing. But today I'm going to do a little fitting video, so without further ado, watch on and I'll show you how to simply fit this PRL system. It isn't that hard, but if you are a little bit weary to kind of do your modifications yourself, I'll try and help you a little bit with this simple kind of tutorial or how to, as I'm doing it right now. And it shouldn't take hopefully much longer than half an hour or so. Could be fiddly, but I don't think it's going to be. So yeah, watch on and we'll get that for you. So yeah, firstly you locate this thing called the a bonnet release, and you pull it too. Now I'm only joking, but yeah, well, I'm not strictly joking. But yeah, pop it open, and yeah, I'll show you exactly where this goes when I can remember where the location thing is. There it is. And this isn't on hydraulics, even though it's quite it's not too heavy at all actually. This is bonnet, considering it's quite big. But yeah, obviously we need to pop this little latch up, so bear with. And this is the little section, well, this whole section should I say, that is replaced. So it's obviously going to be the same. It tapers from a small size to a bigger size, and then yeah, basically like I say, this is some people say this is it's basically put in to resist the kind of shock loading and the movement from the engine, which yeah, I know and agree with that, but there's lots of silicone pipes that do the same job, so I'm not too worried about that. Some people say that they think the silicone pipe will crack, but come on, I really don't think so. It's been proven, been tested for years, and loads of people run these PRL pipes and have been for quite some time, and there's been no kind of recorded issues, so I'm not really too fussed about that. So first things first, obviously there's lots of little I kind of call them almost sub pipes that kind of and clips that are on here that have got to come off, and they're vacuum pipes and sensors. So vacuum pipe, sensor, or breather pipe, whatever way you want to look at that needs to come off, and then this sensor needs to come off. That's about it. And then just some Jubilee clips. So yeah, it shouldn't be too bad, but yeah, Yeah, just having a little look at everything else, and I think that's really it. So it's not too bad. Nothing else is moving as such, so it should just slip on there and go on there. I don't think there's any risk of anything breaking. Yeah, we'll be nice and careful and meticulous with everything as normal. But yeah, let's crack on with this. Right, so this one, this one, this one, and this one, these small little bolts are 5.5 mil, and then these sensor bolts are 10 mil. So yeah, all good. We'll crack on, and I'll report anything untowards. But like I say, yeah, undo these. I'll take the sensor off actually first, and then yeah, start tackling these 5 mil nuts or bolts. Sorry, nuts even. They're bolts even. I'll get it right. They do come. I've started kind of winding them off actually, and they're really nice and gentle on there. They look like really nice clips actually, so you're not going to need to absolutely hoss them up really tight when they're kind of redone. Just check them, make sure nothing kind of falls off, but when you put the other one on. But yeah, no, all is well. Like I say, actually you'll use new clips, to be fair, because obviously these have got kind of slots and locators, and the other ones I'll show you in a minute, you'll see. So yeah, watch on, and we'll get this bit off first. It's probably actually worth looking at the pipe before you start to tackle this, because actually I think I have heard other people say it, but if you look, obviously you've got these two little bits here. There's a flange part that goes in here, and then this bit's going to obviously slot in there. But if you look, it's almost like a little riveted kind of retainer that is on this little clip, which is weird. I don't think I've ever seen that, but that must be a new thing that they do on cars, almost like a seal, I don't know, warranty type seal, but I don't know. But there you go. I'm gonna have to saw that off or do something, I don't know. That might be a bit of a pig, but there you go. We'll crack on, and I'll report back in a mo. I'll just show you before I carry on though what I was talking about. It comes with all this comes from Tigger as well. Like I say, I'll give you links in the bio to where you can get this from. Like I say, it's come from Tigger. I love the boys there, top blokes. Some Haribos I still haven't eaten. It comes with all new clips as well, because you'll need those type of clips with this, not the ones that come on the factory car. So but this kind of flange part just slots basically in there, and then the rest goes, obviously the bolts go through as normal, and that's it. And then that'll be all we need to be doing. This would have been really easy, although this back 10mm nut's going to be a little bit awkward. I was just about to basically pull this pipe away. I've pulled it away from this clip or retainer there, but you can probably pull it a little bit, but I don't want to yank this too hard. Besides, reality is this bit will need to come off anyway, so yeah, we're gonna have to attack that. That is going to be making this job a bit longer. Yeah, let's see what we've got to do, and I'll report in a mo. It is quite fiddly, but actually you don't need to take that part off, this part off, without to do this. You can just kind of pull it a little bit, and you can get a socket down the back of that and just take this off. Just be really careful, obviously, not to drop nuts and bolts, because otherwise you might not find them and it'll be a nightmare, and they could be a specific size. So yeah, don't drop them, keep them within this distance. And yeah, I'm going to take the sensor off and then attack this in a moment and see what's going on. Right, so we just removed the sensor. Obviously don't let things go down here, but they shouldn't do really. Just moved it to one side. Like I say, we're then going to attack this and work out how to do it. I'm just going to, I may sever some of these parts and pull them apart, and then leave this one on and see how we can kind of go about doing that. But I'll let you know how we do it. Yeah, watch on, we're getting there slowly but surely. So yeah, those two parts are off, and they are easy to take off really. You just make them really loose and just, you know, pull them away. But this little motherfucker, this little bugger is going to be awkward. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I really don't. Yeah, I might have a quick little look and see what other people said they've done, and I'll report back to you and see what the people say is the best way to do it. But yeah, getting there. Right, so just to let you know, you can actually, this bit here, my little excuse her, she's fine. Yeah, this little bit actually you don't even need to break off. I mean, to put it back on and have it right, if you were to put this back on, you probably should be able to push it back on. Basically what I done is I just basically twisted while pulling gently, or relatively hard but gently, so you're not kind of pulling all the other bits that are still attached at the back there too much. I didn't Google this, I just decided to think of doing it myself like that. It's like I say, a nailed little nut there, but or say bit of pipe should I say, and it literally, like I say, if you just pull it and just twist, keep pulling it backwards this way, back, twist, like little twists, pull, and it'll just come off. And yeah, that's obviously retain that stock bit. So if you do want to keep that stock bit, which most people may want to, because they may want to sell the car when they do sell it with the stock parts on it, but yeah, that's ready to rock and roll now. So yeah, I'm gonna get cracking with the other bits and report back in a mo. So there's your 4 bits. Obviously I'd like to think you'd know which ones are what. The smallest one's for this little bit on the end there. This one's for your new flange part that's obviously in the sensor. This one for the smaller end of the tapered side, and this one for the bigger one, and that's it. So yeah, we'll stick that on and away you go. Now, the one thing I've learned from doing couplers and stuff, most of my modifying life as such, especially on things like the intercooler piping of my Supra, you'll want to basically put these Jubilee clips on first. I've got to just do them top 2 ones, but Tigger have probably fitted or put these so they're virtually the right size straight away, so you just should be able to slip them over. What you need to make sure you do, in my opinion, with these silicon couplers and also the Jubilee clips, is you need to kind of make sure that the edge of how it sits is relatively straight. If you put them on the, excuse the language, on the piss, they could work their way loose, or they could not find themselves properly over a flange. Obviously, as you want to look at the flanges going over, so if you can picture with your eyes, picture that. You may need to back off these Jubilee clips a little bit, but I suspect you shouldn't need to. I say pop them over. You shouldn't need to use any grease or anything like that. Pop them straight over. And essentially what you've got to remember is, if you look at that flange, that Jubilee clip wants to sit inside of that flange, and either side of those 2 slightly bigger edges. And then on this one, not so much, but it's going onto a plastic pipe. It doesn't need to be on there super tight and insanely tight, so don't overdo it. Like I say, this will only leak if you have done it up so gentle, but you can over tighten it, but it's highly unlikely you'll under tighten it. But you can just like I say, do it to the point where you get some resistance, do it up a tiny little bit more above that, and then leave it at that on all of those clips. And yeah, that should be job done. But let's crack on. Okay, so I haven't done any of the Jubilee clips up, and I do need to kind of just play around with this where I want it in the end. But best way to do this without having to take a lot off, I found, is undo the airbox clip. This one, it allows this whole box section to come up quite a bit, and then what you want to do is lift it up, and you should be able to lift this part of the intake, which is the plastic part, kind of up and across here a little bit to kind of this kind of area. And then what you can do is you can put this side on, get it on, and then you have to manipulate this pipe a little bit to kind of go over the top. It's fiddly, but you'll get it, trust me. You just got to keep fiddling and you'll get it. It'll slip in. Back this off quite a bit, actually. Back it all of these off, and then get it all on. And then yeah, this just needs some kind of lining up and deciding where we want the sensor to line up, and there, this will go in, and we're almost there. Another little tip that I'm going to kind of tell you everyone is that what I would do is, there's a little clip here, and this sits upright. I've just moved it basically. It sits, there's 2 prongs here that basically sit upright. Because this is quite a chunky big new pipe, if you don't rotate this, these bits virtually hit the inside or touch the outside of that silicon coupling. Now with engine movement and everything like that over time, that, in my opinion, is probably going to start piercing that silicone pipe. Definitely not what you want. So my advice is just rotate this, pinch it, but really don't pinch it too hard and don't agitate and move anything, because if you agitate and move this is a water pipe, it's going to need to be re-bled and could cause you some big issues. So don't do that. Be really careful. Just gently pinch it, rotate it. Rotates really well actually, and you just move it down to a nice position about here, and it should give you really good clearance then for the silicone pipe. I've now got to put that back on, which was a bit of a bugger because it was awkward. Can do it again, but anyway, just for your attention, guys, I want you to get it right, so you don't do anything you know, wrong to your car, because at the end of the day, pride and joy, lovely car, don't want to ruin these things. Yeah, happy days. Let's try again. And voila, there you go, all done. Just obviously make sure all of your bits are kind of nice and tight. Check them over, just give them a little pull. This is O-ringed, an O-ring sensor, so this really doesn't need to be that tight. Just you'll feel it get resistance, and then just give it a tiny little nip. Done. I've done it in this orientation. I've seen all kinds of different people do it in different orientations. Just make sure you haven't got any kinks. Yeah, but all's good there. Yeah, just check your clearances. I've checked all around the pipe, and actually it sits really, really good. It's way away from that horrible bit there as well. There you go. So yeah, we're happy with that. That's all good. Just gonna obviously turn the car over. It will take a little bit of time to learn the new kind of airflow, I suppose. But yeah, all should be well. Just obviously make sure you don't get any check engine lights and whatnot, and enjoy your new PRL intake pipe. But yeah, should be sweet, and we're looking forward to testing it out. Like I said, I am looking forward to testing this out for you. I'm going to be doing some draggy times with that, which will be the K&M pipe and the K&M panel filter and the PRL intake pipe as well. So that's it. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.